Okay, so hopefully that can help you out to learn this particular song. And the beginning part, hopefully that will help you out learning any song, because this I take this approach with pretty much any song I try and learn. Again, depending on how complicated the song is, how complicated the drums are, I might use all of those skills. I might use just a few of them. But I always take the same approach in that I listen to the song without playing. I listen to it while playing. I try and play the basic beat. Then I try and figure out what's going to give me trouble. Then I try and look at those particular trouble parts by themselves without playing along. I break them down. I write them out if necessary. I play them endlessly by themselves. If I need to make a CD of a bunch of little clips of that song that I can play on repeat, I'll play it 25 times in a row until I've got it down pat. And then I will go back and play the whole song while trying to perform that problem spot flawlessly. So, obviously, it's always an onerous task to learn a song, to get into the drummer's head, to figure out what's he thinking, what's he playing, how is he going to perform this, what sticking is it, what orchestration, am I going to need a special piece of equipment, what do I have the right stuff, if I don't have the right stuff, what am I going to play that on, how can I make it sound convincing, if I don't have the stuff, should I use something else to try and mimic it, or should I just omit that and play something else in its place? And those are the decisions that you have to make as a drummer, as a musician, so that you can play it musically. Always think, is it musical? I've seen a guy play YYZ on a 4-piece set and played it great. It sounded great. It wasn't every note. It wasn't every tom, but it sounded good. He uses judicious use of accents to do all the long rolls. He played the bass of the beat. He played everything that was important to the song, the little licks, the neologisms, I call them. And it was great. It sounded like Rush. And so always remember that really, Malignant Narcissism was performed on a 4-piece kit, because that's really the basis of drumming, Sure, it's great to have all these other pieces to hit, but when you get right down to it, you've got your ride, you've got your hi-hat, you've got your snare, you've got your bass drum, and you got maybe a tom or two. And you can do everything on that beat-wise. And so always think of the integrity of the drumming, the timekeeping, the beat performance, and then say, oh, well, I'm going to need a xylophone for this one, or wood blocks, or whatever. Yes, okay, obviously I have all that stuff, but I used to play Rush on a 5-piece set, and I had a great time, and it probably sounded pretty decent. But now I've got a bigger set, and I can do it more faithfully, more accurately. But that doesn't mean it's more musical unless I make it more musical. So if you've got a 4-piece set, or you've got a piece of crap 3-piece set that you got at a garage sale with one trash can as a cymbal, that's fine. Play it. Play Rush, baby. Because the more complicated you try and play on a limiting set, the more versatile you will be when you sit down at a good set, at a big set, and you won't get spoiled and try and play too much, because you already know what the core of the song is, and it's right here, and it's right here, and it's right here. So don't, if you're beginning, don't go out and buy a 10-piece set and try and play Rush right away, because that's not learning how to play the drums. That's learning how to play a Rush song. And this video, even, and all my videos, they're not about learning to play Rush songs. It just so happens I'm using Rush songs as my vehicle to teach how to play the drums. So I don't want you to learn just Rush songs. I know hundreds of other songs. It just so happens that Rush is my favorite band, and that's what I want to play, and it's challenging. If I could play AC/DC, but I wouldn't have anything to say to you, because it's basic, and no one will argue with that. But Phil Rudd was a great groovy field drummer, and still is. Um, I can't personally get into that, but I can admire it. He's a musician, and by all means, if you're starting out, play it, because it's great to get timing. It's great to get a good solid backbeat. It's great to learn how to remember a song that's completely monotonous and yet has a few things you have to remember to place in the right place. So I guess that's all my advice for now, and we'll see you again.